Hello everybody. It's time for a new project. I'm doing this as a make and take at my November team meeting, and so I'm filming so that anybody who cannot be here could make it at home. All right, it's called the Christmastime Is Here sampler, and we head right in. We're going to start with a white piece of paper. So this is a white piece of Whisper white cardstock. You can alternately, actually I should have used this. This is the backing of one of our DSP sheets. So it's a little thicker than the Whisper white, but I already made my mark on there. So I made a fine line with a pencil all around here. It's a 1 inch frame around. All right, so what you need is you need seven pieces of 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 early espresso cardstock, and I pre-cut that. Then I need to show you this beautiful paper. So this is one side, this is the other side. Do you see the shine on this? This paper is available right now, only while supplies ask, only in the month of November, I believe. It's been sold to demonstrators for a month already. So look at this. And we're gonna work with that. And that's the last one. Look at that. And there's 4 sheets, these 4 times in a pack, and it's $20 per pack. And we're going to use that. So what we do is, I'm just going to move that to the side until I'm going to do the gluing first, so my pieces get less. So this is, I'm just going to, so I cut out this and this and this and the other side and this again and the other side again, and this is the reverse of the large rose. So that's the back of this, and I will, let me just glue these down, and then I will show you what you can do with the other pieces. So let's glue this down. The paper is so pretty. So the coordinating colors are, the reds are Poppy Parade and Cherry Cobbler. The greens are Mossy Meadow and Old Olive, and then there's gold in there. And I see, I don't know, maybe I'm just dreaming. I see, oops, that wasn't good. I see a tint of gray granite, but that might just be, oops, we'll remove this and here, okay, and remove this here, and we'll cover it after. Okay, get the glue off my fingers now. All right. That was not my best moment. All right, let's go on here. We're getting there. I need to get that glue off my fingers. All right. And one more, last one. So now what you do is you lay them on the big sheet here. So I have a tutorial for this. So let's hang these down. Yeah, they should be hanging down. So just make sure you have them up high enough. I think this one goes here. So I do the outside corners first. And this one goes here, and here, and here. I think here, and here, yeah. So I can fasten these down. I have everything pre-cut already anyway. I'm going to try to cover the line. So who has this suite already, or parts of it? Who from the team has it? I wonder. So I know I did order the stamp set and the dies right away. I just didn't want to wait. But theoretically, you could do without the stamp set and the dies. You could just hand cut the rows out of the paper. I will show you one of the images that I cut out with the snips, and it works. And then just use stamps that you have to finish your project. This guy's too far down, okay. All right. Never done a sampler online, so on video. Okay, I think we're good. And my hands are still sticky. My fingers are still sticky. All right, so next step was this banner. I already cut it, but I want to show you how I did it. So this is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, and what you do is you cut it in the middle, so at 1 1/8. And I actually used the trimmer to cut up to 2 inches in, and then I just go from here and take aim at the center here and hope I make it. Okay, so that's how you get this this banner. Oops, that was a dimensional leftover from last night's class. I thought I had cleaned up. Okay, so the banner goes right here. This is not a difficult class. So you could do this with a group of people. You would have to have everything pre-cut and prepared. But it's easy, and you can definitely do it with 1 pack of cardstock. So you wouldn't have to invest a lot, but they will get a good value out of it. Next step is So let's do this next here. So the next step would be taking a 5" by 9" piece of, I will move this over. So 5 by 9" piece of foil. So roughly 5 by 9. I cut the edge off up there. And then you die cut all these items out. So you can run it all through in one shot. These items are, so actually where is the, yeah. So this is here from the rose dies. So this is called roses. These dies are called roses. So there's 2 of these that will cut up the filigree pieces here. This one cuts that. And then the, I don't know, it's lattice, mesh, whatever. So this is this one. And I did not use the border. And I am going to use the other die a little later. So this is this. So I cut these out, and then I added, I decided I needed some more gold, so I did the largest of the stitched shapes, the oval, and that's the 3rd one in from the rectangle, the stitch nested labels. So the 3rd one in, so 1, 2, 3, actually the 4th one in from inside out, and I cut 2 of these. Then, before we have all these dies here, and before I do anything else, I will do some stamping. So here, we have a stamp set here. That's part 2. It stamps the whole rose, and it's great for coloring. We did this last month, and this is the part 1, and we're using the words from part 1, and we're using the rose. Okay, so the rose is a distinctive image, and what I do is I use Poppy Parade, and I ink it up. I stamp it off once, and I stamp it down here. Okay, it goes there. And then we'll close this up. If you don't stamp off, it gets too bright. And then we will open up our early espresso and stamp the Merry Christmas. Stamp it right on here. Stamp one of the words, one of the sayings here. And the other one over here. All right, so let's just put these away. I just need to put them in the cleaner. Okay. So then you die cut this, you die cut that, and you use this larger label here to die cut this. Okay, so you run it through your cutter, and you end up with these pieces. Okay, now you can see that they need to be layered. So I'm going to layer that on here, and this one on here, and the Christmas one goes on the large oval. Let's start with the large oval. and this. So the idea for this sampler comes from my friend and business coach Celine Kempton. She actually shared a photo of the sampler she did, and I copied it too very closely. I just added a little bit more gold. That's what I wanted to do. So now I need to get some ribbon. It's over here. All right. All right. So now that we have this, we can make room. Actually, I want a different paper because this paper is now sticky. Let's use that. Let's use that. Okay. So first things first, I need to get the glue off that I messed up here. So we're gonna that was a bad one. Okay, it doesn't want to come off. It is better than it was before. Okay. All right, so I know that this one goes here. And I know that this one goes here. And this one's going to go here. And then this goes here. And all that, this goes here. And this goes in there. So I want to just glue this down. Oh my. Gord's back from his walk. Okay. Put that right on. Okay. And bear with me, I have to find my sponge. Oh, there it is. With my glue, and I'll put some glue on here. And then I'm not set up today. All right. Okay, so this goes here. I can go away. I need to incorporate my ribbon. I'm gonna do a bow. we are supposed to get really bad weather this on Friday, I believe. It goes here, and we need some to stick out here, like it. So that'll look nice. So where is my glue dots? Okay. One, two. I'm gonna go like this and like that. I'm gonna set that on top. Yep, that's how it's gonna go. Yep. And I'm gluing it right down, just in case my frame is not thick enough. I just want to make sure that I don't have any issues. Okay, and this one, do we need more glue here? Do we need more? I could do that. Yeah. Yep, we're gonna do this. So that's gonna go on this side. 1, and 2, and 3. Okay. And again, I want to glue it down. Yep. And I don't have, I said earlier that I gave away the glimmer dots that I had, so I do not have them here to add, and they should be all over the place here, so they are not, because I do not have them. So now let's put the rose, the Merry Christmas down, and then we need the highlight of this project. We need to cut the rose. And the rose, you can either stamp and color and cut, or, oh, this needs to be put down too. So like I said, you can either stamp the rose and cut it out with the die. So this is the die that comes, that die cuts out this rose. So when you stamp it, then you color it, and then you cut it out. Or you take the paper, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4 on each paper and a partial one. The other 3, 4 you can cut out by hand. So this would be what you would do. You will cut this out. So I've done this. I have a sheet that I started. So I cut it out here. So that was, I cut the piece out and then die cut it, and then I took my scissors. So this is the die cut piece. That comes out like that. Okay, and that will go here. But then I cut. I saw this this other rose, and I just trimmed it out with the paper snips. So if you don't have a die cutter, or you don't own the rose dies, just use paper snips. That works just as well, right? So you could use this or that. I'm going to use that. And I'm gonna glued out my ribbon right here. And I'm gonna have to pop these up. I mean, I can't do without dimensionals in my project. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we're gonna dimensional you up. Okay. So out of a pack of paper for $20, you could easily do a class for 6 people, easily. You would have leftovers. So I'm gonna do this right here. And voila, the frame is done. This is my sampler, make and take. Instructions are gonna be on my website, and my team already has the instructions. Something needs to go in here. Okay, I need something for in here. It needs something. Do I have another one of these? Yes, what do you think? Yes or no? Yeah, it's gonna go, and we're gonna use the sponge for this time. Yep. Voila, done. I like it. Other than the over glue. Okay, I hope you enjoyed watching this, and leave me a comment, and I'm looking forward to hear from you and see you again soon. Bye bye. Okay. There's the finish button.